Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new, fresh series, When People Messed with the Wrong Cops. Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up. Let's roll right now, folks.
All right, northbound back onto Soakham Loop.
On July 24th, 2023 in Polk County, Florida, a tense high-speed pursuit erupted when a Chevrolet Z71 refused to stop and sped through multiple residential areas. The driver accelerated aggressively, weaving constantly through local streets, putting both residents and surrounding vehicles in immediate danger.
It's going to be a green in color Chevy, white cooler in the back. I'll be 1031.
The chase quickly escalated as the suspect continued to operate the vehicle recklessly, maneuvering through narrow roads in an attempt to escape. Meanwhile, law enforcement remained calm, coordinated closely, and gradually closed the distance, waiting for a safe opportunity to intervene.
Southbound Soakham Loop coming up to 33.
The decisive moment came on a quiet stretch of road when officers executed a pit maneuver, striking the rear of the pickup and causing it to spin nearly 180 degrees, rapidly lose momentum, and come to a stop on the median. Within seconds, officers converged, surrounding and subduing the suspect on the grassy roadside, bringing the tense pursuit to a safe conclusion. The incident demonstrates how a minor initial violation can escalate rapidly when a driver chooses to flee, creating danger and potentially far more serious consequences. This situation highlights the value of setting up before intervention. Open space, appropriate speed, and stable formation create the conditions for a decisive move. When everything is aligned, striking the rear causes the vehicle to rotate nearly 180 degrees and lose all momentum. The lesson is about controlling the conditions before acting. Right timing and positioning lead to a quick, clean resolution. Newnan, Georgia. On the morning of Sunday, August 14, 2022, TFC Okur was parked on the I-85 on-ramp when he observed a motorcycle traveling at 109 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. When the rider noticed Kur, he accelerated, initiating a pursuit. Due to poor radio reception, Kur had to contact dispatch via cell phone. The suspect exited the interstate at exit 61 and turned onto Georgia 74, then Oakley Industrial Boulevard, continuing at high speed. At Bohannon Road, the motorcycle began to skid. Kur attempted to block it, resulting in a minor collision that caused the suspect to crash.
Stop sign, they're left. Contact. Get on the fucking ground! Get on the 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 ground! Hand behind your back! Hand behind your back!
Please, let me get everything. Please, let me get it.
Here, put your hand behind your back.
Here, please, get me.
The rider, identified as Ajuan Kendall, quickly tried to lift his bike and flee. Kur drew his weapon and gave loud commands, but Kendall ignored them and reached toward his waistband. Kur tackled him and managed to handcuff him after a struggle. Once in custody, Kendall admitted he was late for work and had previously been jailed for speeding. He was transported for medical clearance and then booked into the Coweta County Jail without further incident.
You okay? You hurt? You hurt? 295, to me an NCO. Please contact with a motorcycle. Put your feet forward. Put your feet forward. Yeah. Sit up. Stand up. Stay right here. Man, I'm locked up. We're going. There you go, man. No one. I got you, man. You're not hurt though, right? Not bleeding? 4 days fine. Okay. Okay. I'm not mad at you, but you could have. Oh, look, don't pull out there. Up here? There you go, right there. Okay. Where are you going to right now? Where do you work at? Right here. Okay. All right, man.
Aaron Elias Davis was identified as the suspect in a high-speed pursuit involving multiple violations, including driving after cancellation and having several active warrants. When spotted by law enforcement, Davis refused to stop and initiated a high-speed chase.
We're down to 30 now. Copy, down to 30.
Grabbing a backpack or something.
During the pursuit, Davis drove recklessly, accelerating and weaving through traffic, endangering other vehicles. The trooper attempted several rear-end bumps to slow or stop the vehicle, but Davis continued to flee.
Speeds are 30. Copy, speeds 30.
Ultimately, the trooper executed a pit maneuver on the rear of the vehicle, forcing it to come to a complete stop. Immediately after, the trooper approached and subdued Davis on the ground, ensuring the suspect could no longer pose a threat. The chase concluded safely without further injuries.
You got mesh, 2 cars near you.
Potential contact.
Turn on the Kenneville Lane Road, cars around,
After being taken into custody, Davis pled guilty to 2 felonies, fleeing a peace officer and first-degree DWI, while other charges were dismissed as part of a plea agreement. He received concurrent prison and probation sentences, along with fines and restitution. The case, recorded under file number 58-CR-2-199, highlights both the effectiveness of the pit maneuver and the professional coordination of law enforcement. The escalation from bump attempts to a full pit shows controlled progression, trying to destabilize without forcing a stop before conditions are right. When the moment came, one decisive move ended everything. The lesson is flexibility and discipline, knowing when to try, when to hold back, and when to finish it immediately.
Potential contact.
Trooper S. Smedley, K-21 of the Arkansas State Police, initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle with expired registration. Upon checking, the driver was found to be unlicensed and subject to an existing search waiver. When ordered to exit the vehicle, the suspect became confrontational, yelling, arguing, and challenging the trooper, then suddenly reversed and rammed the patrol vehicle before fleeing.
He just rammed my unit. He took off. Turn on dirt road off of 26. Speeds are 90.
The pursuit escalated as the vehicle left the main road, traveling at high speed over off-road terrain, weaving dangerously and making aggressive maneuvers. When the opportunity arose, Trooper Smedley executed a decisive pit, striking the rear of the suspect's vehicle to end the flight. The suspect continued to resist and shouted at officers. After the vehicle was stopped, the suspect exited and continued to argue and threaten the officers. A taser was deployed but proved ineffective, keeping the threat level high. Ultimately, the suspect was successfully taken into custody without anyone being injured.
Back up! What did I tell you? Back up! Back up!
This incident highlights the extreme danger posed when an individual disregards the law and the safety of others, while also demonstrating the skill, decisiveness, and coordination of the trooper in handling a highly dangerous pursuit, from a pit maneuver and failed taser deployment to safely taking the suspect into custody, all while minimizing risk to the public. On a routine traffic check, Jose Luis Delgado Jr. was identified driving a vehicle involved in a stolen property case. When officers attempted to stop the car, the suspect fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit that endangered other road users. During the chase, Delgado Jr. drove recklessly, weaving through traffic and accelerating to evade law enforcement. Troopers closed in, maintaining close visual tracking while preparing safety measures to bring the vehicle under control.
Speed back up, speed under. It's traffic light.
He's gonna be with us.
Fail stop stick, fail stop stick. Negative on the stick.
Associate Patrol has LTAC 1 reserved for traffic pursuit. Also, units going southbound on I-52 in Rochester.
Just coming up to 63, 100.
As the vehicle continued to speed, a trooper executed a pit maneuver on the rear of the vehicle, forcing it to come to a complete stop. Immediately after the stop, the trooper approached and restrained the suspect on the ground, ensuring he could no longer pose a threat. The pursuit concluded safely without further injury to anyone.
South of Broadway, I think.
After being taken into custody, Delgado Jr. pled guilty to all charges: 2 felonies, fleeing a peace officer in a motor vehicle and receiving stolen property, 1 gross misdemeanor, reckless driving, and 1 misdemeanor, giving a false name. He was sentenced concurrently: 15 months for receiving a stolen vehicle, 13 months for fleeing, 364 days for reckless driving, and 60 days for giving a false name, along with $17,146.87 in restitution and a $90 fine. The case, recorded under file number 55-CR-24-3545, closed a serious criminal incident effectively handled through the pit and coordinated police response. Maintain proper spacing, patiently wait for the right window, then act decisively. A single well-placed impact is enough to break control and end it immediately. The lesson is discipline and timing. Don't rush. But when the moment comes, execute cleanly and precisely. A suspect caused chaos on the streets of Miami while driving a stolen vehicle at high speed, repeatedly weaving and cutting off other vehicles. This reckless behavior quickly drew the attention of Florida Highway Patrol troopers, who immediately initiated a pursuit to stop the escalating threat.
1028 Bravo, X-ray 86 Charlie, Ikea.
The chase intensified through heavily trafficked roads as the suspect attempted to use every small gap to escape. Despite this, patrol units maintained close formations, coordinated over radio, and gradually closed the distance, waiting for the right moment to intervene without endangering other motorists.
36th Street going under the 826 right now, speed 72 miles an hour.
744, I'm out of it.
When the opportunity arose, a trooper moved in and executed a pit maneuver, striking the rear of the vehicle and causing it to lose control, spin sideways, and slide along the roadway before coming to a complete stop. This decisive action ended the suspect's attempt to flee.
Signal 4, signal 4. He's going 12 Whiskey now on 72nd Avenue.
12 Whiskey on 72nd Avenue.
Immediately after the pit, multiple patrol vehicles converged, surrounding and quickly subduing the suspect, bringing the dangerous pursuit to a safe conclusion. The incident once again demonstrates that attempting to flee is not only futile but can escalate a situation out of control, putting countless innocent people at risk.
1144, 102, please.
This situation highlights proper pursuit pacing, maintaining formation, avoiding early intervention in heavy traffic, and waiting for a safe window. When the moment comes, a well-placed impact breaks stability and ends it almost instantly. The lesson is discipline and timing, patience to reduce risk, then decisiveness when conditions are right. On July 12, 2023 in Florida, a high-speed pursuit erupted on Interstate 10 when troopers from the Florida Highway Patrol observed a black SUV traveling at speeds exceeding 110 miles per hour, 177 kilometers per hour. The vehicle weaved aggressively through dense traffic, placing everyone nearby in immediate danger. The chase quickly escalated as the suspect showed no regard for public safety, accelerating sharply and making sudden turns to evade law enforcement. Meanwhile, patrol units maintained tight formations, closely monitoring the SUV's every movement, coordinating via radio and patiently waiting for a safe opportunity to intervene.
Inside lane still, he's kind of riding both lanes so when he gets an opportunity. 110 miles an hour, still less than.
Yeah, we'll give that mile marker. I'm at the 130. I'm going to cross the median now. He's right.
The decisive moment came when a trooper executed a pit maneuver, striking the rear of the SUV and causing it to lose control, spin sideways, and leave the roadway.
Hit him! Hit him! Hit him! Hit him now! Successful pit. Vehicle's up on the shoulder.
Within seconds, patrol vehicles converged, surrounding and quickly subduing the suspects, bringing the dangerous pursuit to a controlled conclusion. The incident demonstrates how a single reckless decision can escalate into life-threatening danger within moments, while the coordinated tactics and precise execution by the Florida Highway Patrol ensured public safety and successfully ended the threat. This pit maneuver highlights the value of patience and coordination. It's not about intervening at the first opportunity, but waiting for a safe window within heavy traffic. The educational takeaway is that when timing, positioning, and unit coordination align, a single well-executed strike can break control entirely and allow units to end the situation quickly before the risk escalates further.
Give me just a minute, I'll be right back.
On July 18, 2024, around 3:23 p.m., Trooper A. Cass observed a black four-door car, V1, exceeding the 60 miles per hour speed limit on I-630W near mile marker 8. V1 crossed multiple lanes and accelerated past other vehicles. The trooper attempted a traffic stop on I-430 North at mile marker 7, where the driver initially claimed to be Becca Smith and gave a false date of birth. After checking the information, V1 accelerated away from the stop. The pursuit continued east on Rodney Parham, then north on Breckenridge Road, with V1 running red lights and stop signs while reaching speeds of 80 to 90 miles per hour. The vehicle turned onto Cantrell Road and entered I-430 South, where speeds exceeded 100 miles per hour, creating a highly dangerous situation for both the trooper and surrounding traffic.
Now you gotta keep giving those speeds in traffic. Going south on 430, south on 430. Traffic light, D60. Before you get a chance, we going into the GDI. We need it.
Trooper Cass executed a successful TVI maneuver, causing V1 to strike a guardrail on the east side of I-430 South and roll into the median.
Yeah, started 10:16 and then 10:11 vehicles rolled in the median.
The driver, later identified as Diviana Bullock, was ejected from the vehicle. Immediate medical aid was provided until MEMS arrived and transported her to UAMS for treatment.
Gave me a name and date of birth, and when I went back to go run it, I opened my door and turned around, she took off.
Okay.
Bullock was admitted to the hospital and will face a warrant for her arrest upon release. The incident demonstrates the dangers of fleeing law enforcement at extreme speeds and underscores the effectiveness of tactical intervention methods like the TVI to safely end pursuits.
Her breathing gets better.
Trooper Niles initiated a traffic stop on a black Lexus IS 250 ABN65C on Highway 440 East near Exit 12. Upon approach, the trooper observed a silver pistol wedged between the center console and the passenger seat. The driver was asked for his license but stated he did not have one. After providing the name Steve Adams, April 26, 1990, and date of birth, Trooper Niles requested to secure the firearm for safety. Adams immediately put the car in drive and fled. During the pursuit, the vehicle reached speeds up to 145 miles per hour on Highway 440 East in US, Highway 167 North. Adams drove recklessly, weaving through traffic at over 90 miles per hour, running red lights and stop signs, driving on the shoulder, and disregarding the safety of others. He even passed a school bus and continued north on Highway 167 at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Trooper Niles attempted multiple pit maneuvers but had to abort due to heavy traffic. Ultimately, on Highway 440 westbound near exit 12, a successful pit was executed, causing the Lexus to strike the left concrete barrier and roll onto its right side. Trooper Niles and Special Agent McKibben approached the vehicle and observed Adams lying in the front passenger seat through the windshield and sunroof, instructed to keep his hands visible at all times. The firearm was removed by breaking the front windshield, and Trooper Niles took possession of a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson model 4013 with 8 rounds in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. The pursuit ended safely, highlighting the effectiveness of the pit in ending an extremely dangerous fleeing incident and the importance of safety measures when a suspect is armed.
Put your hands out! Put your fucking hands out! Both of them! Both of them! You better put both hands out. Are you still in your seatbelt? Put both hands out. Both of them.
Okay, Victor.
All right, stay right there.